Wait, too soon. I'll start again. Good evening, everyone. How are we all doing? No one ever replies. I say that at the beginning of every stream. It's like my thing. No one ever goes, I'm fine. So if you're fine, let me know if you're fine. Okay, so I've got a plan, but before we have a plan, I've also had a request. And it's a request I've had before, so that's always an advantage. Electrical light entity. Do we have a cycle light mode? Oh. Wait a minute. Does it not have a window? No wonder they don't work. Toggle light mode. Right, okay. Well, let's place one down so I can do this without breaking it. What could possibly go wrong? So we're going to implement this, and then we are going to have a quick bash at setting up a test FALCOR thing. So when we were doing our patch 18 test server, KuCor was all like, no one would ever make those, they're crap. And I'm like, try them. He goes, no, they're rubbish. I go, let's try them. He built one of them and he went, these are the best thing ever. So I'd like to try and get a little bit of that across to people. Configurable, what the hell is the electric light? There we go. Clip. Now see, you can cycle the light mode, but that doesn't actually transfer across the internet. So it's a bit of a stupid thing to do. No, Dave, I was out today, so it's only be a short stream, hour or two. So, I'm amazing. I'm about to fix an issue as well. Because if we go to the room lights, set color, right. And public void set light, cycle light mode. So this is the old function. So this one should be called like cycle light mode internal or something. So yeah, if you've ever played with the electric lights on servers, you know they're a bit broken, and I've just fixed it, so that's good. So this is the internal, and then we need the color.white. U short equals u short dot max. So cycle light mode. This should now just filter up to the new interface. Room light window. I love that they're called windows. It's brilliant. Open containing folder. Okay. Now the reason I'm doing this now, as opposed to 3 years ago, is because I now have the code to actually deal with it. So I've got reasonably generic code that will already deal with this. So I don't have to. I don't have to write this from scratch. Okay. And that should be most of it there. Add. And let's let that compile. No, School IT Pro. They're the lift controllers are almost entirely useless, and they really are. They're just useless. Cycle light mode. I'm a bit confused that the electric lights ever worked, because it's only very recently that I started saving them properly, but they don't send messages up to the server. So we want to call set color internal, and we want to call cycle light mode internal. And then here we can then do that as null. And I can quietly now 1093 default if something went wrong. Kind of boring grey. I hope. Yeah, School IT Pro, it's also not a very widely used item. It's an item that's almost entirely unused. It's just not useful. It used to have a use, it really doesn't have one anymore. Right. And case interface cycle, oopsie, lowercase c. Hello.
You work on my lap? Hello.
See, sometimes I'm feeling generous, and I just cycle. I just feed my cat extra, and when I feed my cat extra, he comes and loves me. Yes, you rub your face all over that. Electric light window dot set color. I think this is cycle light mode. Electric light window dot cycle light mode, right. Okay, have I written this correctly? Public static for okay. No, mostly School IT Pro, it was initially used to help you build vertical runs of conveyors. But you just don't need to do that anymore, because you can super build. So it's just not a thing. So that should be everything we need. So now the UI manager, the electric light should call electric light window dot cycle light mode LGS via the server. So what happens when we call cycle light mode is we will call cycle light mode internal, and we will then say to the server, hello, I just did this. The server will then get something called interface cycle. It will then receive interface cycle, and it will call cycle light mode, and it will cycle it internally. And because we are the server, we don't then tell the clients. So cycle light mode internal is the one that we call via a number of commands. And this may also be, not room light, electric light window may also be set color internal. That's the one that's actually going to set the color. And cycle light mode doesn't do anything. Good. When I call them internal, you see, it reminds me not to be a fail. Okay, so. Public override int get version. Return 2. Okay, so let's not write those anymore. If version eventually version not equals 2, that's the old ones. And we'll immediately try and save it. That's fine. I hate the versioning. I just want to kind of throw it all away because we're actually writing it the light mode as an int. Anyway, I'm sure we'll live. Else and color what's it called? Paint color equals reader. They'll read you in 16. Yep. And we will now also save out this dot paint color. Yeah, Derek, that was a very strange one. So I managed to break it every mod that uses a suit inventory. Derek, somebody else mentioned this already. You can just kind of ignore it. It's not that fatal. You are an annoying shaped cat, you are, but I love you. No matter what shape you are. Okay. I think that's everything we need to do, apart from room light, set color, set color, set color. If cube types dot electric light as electric light entity. Electric light window. Right. Actually, that should be public. Okay, and do we actually, where do we get? Right, that should do it. If we're gonna do this, we might as well go the whole. Is it there? No, you cannot paint all of them. Okay, it missed 2. Okay. Right, light mesh is Light mesh is that. Oh, okay. I hope you're watching Flux. This is for you, dude. This is totally for you. Oh, you're Flux. Okay, Smart Enemies PCs. We're nearly there. Like I said, this is not that it's difficult. It's just that I mostly already did it. I'm mostly copying code from elsewhere. So your wish is about to become true, I hope. I just need unpack pack from there we go. That's interesting. Let me actually do exactly that code in there, because that's actually potentially a little bit expensive. Short unity call equals 0. Did set 0 there, right? If unity call not equal to paint color equals that. Unity call equals paint color. Right, that should do it. And I'll just with the word Ned. only calc this per change, not regularly. Don't even do that here. Color, target cull, and then light mesh dot get component renderer, not render buffer, sorry, mesh renderer dot set property block mmb, and we just needed MVP. Set color, I think it's called tint color, tin color, close, comma L target call, oh no, L target, oh just target call, and mlight dot color equals target call. Okay. Smarter NPCs. Just to note, if this works first time, you shall have to donate me $300 million. I think we all agree that's fair. I doubt it'll work first time. Stuff that works first time means there's something wrong with it. Actually, no, that might be working. I've just realised it's got no power. Hold on to your wallets, boys and girls. $300 million, please. Thank you so much. Now, honestly though, what other game Name any game, right? Where you can come up with an idea and 30 minutes later it's in the game. Seriously. Like without blowing my own trumpet, I just can't even... Well, there isn't anything. I mean, I know there isn't, you know there isn't, but it's just like so annoying that I just get all of this grief for so many things and never any recognition for what I do achieve, which is annoying. Yeah, I do know though, it's about time. Should also be able to pick, I hope, should all be written. So if I select the build gun, pick paint, just need some power. Yeah. And if I make this one red, and then this one, oh no, I've done it wrong. Whoops. There we go, it's, oh, there we go. Pick paint. Happy now? Ah! But yeah, this is mostly because I actually had the code written previously. Wait, why is that? Oh, it's just... Oh bugger! It's not its fault. I wasn't on the paint gun. Point light, point light, point light. Should also work on servers as well. Yeah, Patrick, just fix that. Done. They're also paintable now. Booyah. Electric light's now paintable. Light modes should also now cycle on the server. Oh, Andy, I see you play Orcs Must Die. It's just as well you're not streaming. Okay, so I am planning on... Oh, you are a heavy cat. I am planning on doing a little tutorial video. Maybe not today, but I need to set up. Now, it's a shame that SSRG, if you're there, hi. But if not, I think it was SSRG. I was suggesting that we just do, you know, trailers and things. And I'm like, it takes a long time. Takes a very long time. And I'm going to kind of demonstrate that now. So what I'd like to do is I would like to demonstrate I like to demonstrate in a theoretical video, which I haven't made yet, about using logistics FALCORs as excuse me, delivery mechanisms for power. Now to do that, I need to find some space. I might need to clear some space. Excuse me. And then set up a test area and then fill it in. Now this is when said SSRG was like, just make a trailer. It's like you don't just start recording stuff. You can pretty much tell when somebody does that because it nearly always looks terrible. So we're going to set up a fairly decent sized area. Because we're going to need to demonstrate that logistics FALCORs move. More bits. The best exploit for that is actually basic conveyors or torches. You can auto-craft torches into coal. Sorry, coal into torches. And then craft those straight into components and then macerate. Reckoning actually did an entire game where he never placed any tier 2 extractors. Did he actually complete it, by the way? He was only macerating stuff for resources. That was his whole thing. Yeah, I'm well aware. I don't care. You want to sit there, you want to... Do you have any idea how many resources you need to complete the game? I'll give you a clue. It's a lot more than you're going to get through macerating conveyor belts. It's a lot more. So, you know, if that's how you want to play, dude, you knock yourself out. Go for it. He actually did it, did he? Wow, that is... I'd say impressive, but it's a bit like doing... It's about doing the Nürburgring by pushing your Ferrari around. You know, well done and good on you, but not very sensible. Well, you can't do it. You can't do Frozen Factory, obviously, because you can't get tier 4 mats in the same way. I've seen a world. I joined the server where they were doing the same thing. I'm not exaggerating. They had a super highway of coal into torches, into tier 2 materials, and then sorted. I am not joking. The superhighway was 150 meters wide. It was absolutely bananas. But you know, full marks them. And hello, Damaged Industries. Someone said hello. I failed to see who it was. Yeah, more bits is just because that's just how it's set up. As I said, the macerator was designed to be... It was designed to be a game mode, like Rakkanen did it, because I implemented it when I was playing Borderlands 2. And if you play Borderlands 2, you may or may not really like the grinder. Oh, that's too bright. Do I want... That's still too bright? Oh, I didn't actually select it. Okay. Did I... Okay, that's not paintable. That'll be why. That's a shame. Isn't there one that is? Isn't it this one? Yeah, that's the one. No, the thing is, Patrick, all right then, go for it. Set me up, do me a video about logistics FALCORs. That ain't going to happen, is it? I mean, SSRG and more bits and a few other people have continually said, oh, we should do videos to show this, we should do videos to show off that. And a lot of people have come back with the same response, which is, you can do them. No, nothing is stopping you doing what I'm doing here. My point is, I am... It's not entirely useless. I am actually testing stuff at the same time. But quite importantly, just to show how much time it does take. Also, this is a video that's on the internet, so people can watch it. There we go. And then all the way on the inside, we'll just have this stuff here. Yeah, see, Dropboard, what you're doing there, you're trying to make my life even more difficult. You do one. You guys do get this, right? I'm not cheating in the sense I've got unlimited pace, but I'm not really doing anything that's special or unusual. I'm just spending the time to do it. The thing is, right, no one else is. Now the tricky part is going to be, I know what I want to do is I'm going to set up a coal enrichment plant. The tricky part is going to be setting it up so I can sort of run it on demand. But I keep saying to people, do it. Don't talk about doing it, actually do it. And people say to me, oh, you know, it's so amazing you write games and you do all this stuff. And it's like the only difference between me and someone who doesn't write computer games, yeah, is that I write computer games. So the only difference, I do it. I don't just talk about doing it. I don't say, oh, I'd love to write games. I just do it. I've always done it. But, you know, I didn't like, get trained to write computer games. It was just what I wanted to do. So if you want to become a famous YouTuber, well, you shouldn't be watching me. You should be making videos. YouTube seems to have cut down on them quite a lot. Holy shit, that's a lot. We used to get a lot of people join the stream just doing nothing but asking us to watch their videos. You notice they stopped. And we always used to have the same response, which is, you're spending your time telling people come and watch my videos. What you should actually be doing is more videos. So yeah, all of you, go off and create awesome things. Doesn't need to be in FortressCraft, but it's nice if it was. But what I want to do is I want to show a pretend setup. Wow, this is huge. I've queued up so much. I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a pretend setup. Okay, so we're going to get some pretend coal. Well, it'll be real coal, but I need a lot of it. And we'll quietly wonder why we can't build with coal. Oh, because my mouse cursor is not in the screen. If nothing else, this video itself should serve as the tutorial. But what I was planning on doing was doing this as a doing it in a nice, slightly fancier tutorial video in a day or so. But I've had quite a successful day. It's been quite good. So you know. The hardest part when you realise that the video needs to have the UI on. Now we also are going to need an induction charger. I kind of wish I had done this here now. So yeah, I was asking earlier, I just added it so if you set a mass storage thing, it tells you what you set it to, like an input port. Is there anything in the game, you see when I do this, that tells you what you've done? Is there anything in the game that doesn't do that, that should? Any piece of feedback when you set something and it doesn't do it? Like these, like that. Now the thing is, that should, I think, appear over the network. So if somebody else sets it, you automatically see what they're doing. But is there anything that I've missed with that that perhaps should be done? Because if there is, let me know. Let me know in the comments, as they say, people who read comments. Is it glow or wire? Damn it, what's it look like? Okay, coal infuser and coal enrich, worst icons ever. Projector games to do coal infuser plus coal enricher, way too literal. A lot of Todd's icons are like that. They're just literal icons, and they're the kind of little grabs of the model. The problem is that nearly everything in the game is kind of a little isometric box. So I can't remember which order they're in. It's enricher than infuser, isn't it? Now, one of the changes that has happened this patch, yay, is we can now. Oh, cool! I don't actually need to bother setting it up. I forgot. Because these should all cheat, I think. But I can set it up anyway for... Okay, daytime, please. There's other things like that, Patrick. It's a lot easier for me because I can cheat and make it daytime. Generic network issues. now, I believe this should just work. Like so. I think all I need to do is give it power. And that's okay because we can cheat. Fire laser up. Did I miss? No. There we go. I'm in editing, so these things just create things. Because it is an organic coal enricher, because it requires organics to make. But I'll do this so it actually looks correct, even though I'm cheating. So I don't actually need to bother making this actually correct under any circumstance. Dang it. Dang it. Oh man, there's just no way I can... Oh yes I can. I can put the storage hopper there. And that's 2 there. And then that one can go there, and then there like that. And then there like that. And then there we go. Sweet. Okay, so what I am going to be demonstrating here is a pretend system for getting your coal somewhere else. Elf, are you just randomly listing shit? I was very specific about stuff. I'm talking about pop-up text because I just wrote a new function to do it. So I want to do any more pop-up text. It's just quite easy at this point because I'm kind of just in the middle of doing that code. I'm not like, hey, can anyone think of anything wrong? I'm not. It's not one of those days. Sometimes we have those days, but I was just curious because I feel one of the biggest problems with the game still, and probably this will always be the case, it's just some of the user interface stuff. And I do agree, it's very important. It's just that people are generally assholes with the way they actually describe issues to me, which doesn't put me on their side at all. But yeah, I was just curious if anyone had any UI pop-up text that was missing from the game as what I showed you earlier. Right, so what we're going to do is we will... Oh, what's that? Hey, thanks, Todd. 5? That's more than I get sometimes. What are you doing? Right, so we're going to have some pretend machines somewhere else, okay? I don't really have a great solution for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up a nice big battery because, again, I'm open to suggestions what should be in this. So this is basically saying to people, look, here's how you do your power setup. I have to say, Todd, despite your comments earlier, honestly, watching you do R is probably a bunch more interesting than watching me code. Coding is not very exciting to watch. This is slightly more interesting, I guess. Slightly. School IT Pro, the rule of thumb is that you should have 2 logistics FALCORs for each beacon. So we're going to have a what should we call it there? Logistics hopper there. 2. Now I don't think Steve implemented this, which does kind of make me sad. What I want, you see, is I want enriched coal. Did I not pick up loads of enriched coal? Maybe I didn't. Thought I did, but anyway. Infused, whatever. Where is it? Oh, there it is. 12. I knew there was some somewhere. Now, I don't think Steve set this up, which is a shame, because I would actually like to just be able to use the standard commands. So now we have 2 logistics FALCORs, you see. Looking for infused coal. Okay. And all I need to do, I could power lab Fire Dragon, but the thing is, I won't be able to because I can't research anything in this world because I've already researched everything. So in theory, yes. In principle, well, actually, Fire Dragon, let's do a little bit of smoke and mirrors. Let's do a little bit of smoke and mirrors because you're completely correct. That's not a bad idea at all. So over here, we'll put our lab. So you and I are going to know what's going on, but we're not going to tell anybody else. Because what will happen, you see, is the actual lab itself won't actually take any power. So nothing will fly over. It might do for a few minutes, but then it will go to sleep. So not much good if I'm going to make a brief video going over this. Where is the laboratory? It's under multi-blocks. Oh, there it is. Okay, so laboratory. 1, 2, 3. Now, as you're all aware, of course, all being expert FortressCraft players, you should always put your laboratory on top of a induction plant. You are aware of that, of course. You should always do that. There's, in fact, almost literally never a time when you shouldn't. I keep seeing people who aren't. It just makes me sad. But we need a way of dumping away power, okay? Grab that for a moment. So I've just got it in the... Now, there's only one way to get rid of power, like unlimited power. There's only one resource in the game to do that. Right, so what I'll be doing in a moment, or I'll put it down now, is I will pop down the... I've lost them. Multi-block machinery. I hate the PTG as well. Charge a bomb. See, Alfie's got it. So what we'll do in a moment is we will set up another logistics hopper there with some more beacons, with some more FALCORs even. And we'll actually do this so it's actually a little bit more understandable. So we'll actually do that there like this. Might as well. It just makes it slightly easier to see. Now, I am a little bit worried that people are going to enjoy these and say they're too slow. I'm very acutely aware these... Now, I've not got to that point in Factorio, but I'm acutely aware these things are a little bit like the... those things in Factorio. What are they called? Now, this will be part of what I do in the video. Of course, I would actually set this up in the video so you actually get to watch me do it. But now I'm afraid you're all guessing wrongly. The correct answer was a bomb. Everything you suggested doesn't use that much power. This will take unlimited power and then just get rid of it. At nearly unlimited speed. Did I leave a gap? I thought I did. No? If I pop a bomb on there, almost literally any power that arrives will just get taken right away again. Blip. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. This was when I was talking about the guys griefing the server. You want to grief a server, right? Put a bomb somewhere. Not for exploding, but it will just absorb all the power you give it. WJG, you should get the induction rate pretty soon. Okay, so if I just put coal in there, nothing will happen until I grab me FALCOR beacon. There we go. One times infused coal. And look, the other one's already on his way, you see? That's why you have two. Because they will date you, and one will always go. Thank you, Rocky. Oops. No. Oh, I don't have a gun. I'm like, why can't I select a gun? And there we go. How cool is that? Now, part of what I wanted to show people, of course, is that you can do more than that. I would probably, if it was my base, I would probably quietly query why my cat smells quite so much like cat food. My cat's breath smells like cat food. Oops. Oh, I haven't researched it yet, that's why. Probably something more like this. There you got a nice little power setup, quite neat. Now the question is, can two FALCORs keep 3-3 going? Now these will run flat out, 100% of the time, no ifs, no buts, all the time. Because we are filling up a bomb. But if you'll notice, without cheating, two of them running, we're probably about to get a third one. I don't really know about the robots. I'm going to enjoy them. I think they're fun, but at least part of what I do is for, you know, the funs. Oh, check out, when I pause the game, they actually pause as well. Look, they go into super slow-mo. Pause. Okay, so I think we can safely say that two of them can definitely run 3. We've got currently no surplus of coal. But as soon as that one leaves, you see this one goes. Like literally, they are swapping at the same moment. Have I got anisotropic turned off? Not related. Right, that looks better. And so will that. There we go. Yeah, if I try and keep both of them in view here, so you can see they are, two of them are the most efficient way of dealing with one beacon. So as soon as one lands, another one takes off. Yeah, Megan, I've also got this here, so it's not a perfect setup by any means. But pretty cool, I think. I suspect it will outrun it. The point is, it's very easy to set up. So what I might do, try to work out if I should set up like a wall here or something to show people that, you know, if there was something awkward. But the idea is just to show, just to say, look, this is better. This is just so much better. Coolest thing, of course, is the way I've set this end up, because with just a few twiddles. So what I can do, or what I will do, is we'll also we'll do a similar thing here. No, we won't, because I can't click. So I definitely wanted to get the sort of the majesty of loads of FALCORs taking off, because it is cool. Now, I think Steve should have implemented the quick key, because this isn't too bad, but it's still a little bit awkward. I like being able to press whatever it is, T on them. But this isn't too bad. It's a shame it doesn't always open your inventory. I think, again, items, generally speaking, machines that can access your inventory should access your inventory to show you whatever you're doing, you probably want to do it via your inventory. Cool, so what should happen now, grab mouse cursor back, is if I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now that's cool, you see. And as soon as they leave, next situation comes across. Springhead, I seem to recall you can still do that, can't you? It's, sorry, Springhead, you were saying something. I wasn't really listening because you were talking shit again. What were you saying? Now, in this case, that's probably not a very good example. But over here, I think this is a pretty good example. Well, it's Q. It's just Q. It's the other key that's on the key on everything. Actually, it's Shift Q. For some reason, it's just Shift Q. Yes, Andy? Well, is there probably a question of whether or not we should? Shift graveyard stone. Yeah, so this isn't a good example, but this is a silly example because it's not very far. But what else can we do? What else can we do? Plasma head chargers? Should we do plasma head chargers over here? Or at least pretend plasma head chargers. No, it would be quite cool. I mean, we could even have the FALCORs hold the objects. It's probably not worth it. This is something I was showing earlier. A lot of objects just do look the same, but not all look different. Probably not enough of them look different, really. What was I going to do? Plasma head chargers or something. I don't need the Mark V, by the way. I could have just put the bomb underneath. Just the important thing is that you can't see it in the demo. And hopefully you can't see the light either. You can see the light a little bit. Let's put it bang in the middle. You probably won't be able to see the light then. Is that the middle? No. There's the middle. You might be able to just about... You might get a slight hint of orange, but it's a bit subtle. So again here. PTG. Logistics FALCOR. Now that's a shame. I'd like to be able to do that, but the drag and drop system's complex enough. What was I going to do here? I was going to do plasma head chargers or something, or lithium coilers, or what does a plasma head charger look like? Again, I think it's one of those rubbish icons that Todd did, like ones that just look like the machine. Yeah, there we go. Bombs aren't bombs. Oh, just power hungry always on lights, I see. I was about to say, I think you'll find so that bombs are bombs. What I'll do here is I will just... I'm not quite sure how I'm going to... Like, in the video, I'll need to sort of tear a little bit of this up and say, if you were planning on doing a... Blah, 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 blah. Also, holy shit, is hardcore crafting mode awesome. I am loving it. I'm loving it. In hardcore crafting mode, whenever you cross something at the MFP, it doesn't just suddenly happen. It takes time and energy. It's really cool. I know it doesn't sound cool, but it is. And yes, I am macerating cat plasma heads. Sake, Unity, stop letting go of the mouse cursor. It's still not done yet. Power low. Okay, so it doesn't cheat on power. There we go. Now, as we were discussing on the Discord, these things they aren't better in all respects. They're probably more expensive to make. Yeah, Elfie, I was only going to tell people about basically moving coal around, because you see, the thing is, you end up in your base with little teeny tiny things that just need a power, like a power setup, but you end up running like an annoying coal line to it. And I was just going to try and encourage players, use the logistics FALCORs rather than an annoying coal line. So that's kind of... Does that make sense, what I was saying there? I hope it does. I think it does. But yeah, anything that's kind of fairly low... what's the word? Fairly low throughput is awesome for FALCORs. That's low as in numbers. It doesn't matter about anything else. It's just numbers that it cares about. And on here we will put a bunch of turrets. Where are my turrets? There are my turrets. Why not make the coal go to a separate enrichment plate instead of by conveyors? No, Springload. It's just a remnant. I left it in, and when I removed it, I let people know. It's a total remnant, though. But yeah, you don't need very many coal. You don't need a lot of these. Unfortunately, I can see. I mean, I'm now at 90,000 coal burned. I've burned 70 coal. In this case, though, I probably want to do something like. Oh, how could I arrange this? That's kind of in the way. I guess I could do... no, I can't. I guess I could do that. Yeah, cargo lift is probably a good one too, actually. Let's do the world's smallest cargo lift. Good call. Now, don't forget, you've also, with cargo lifts, you've kind of got the option of solar, and you probably should go with solar. Really. But you are quite correct. That is another excellent excellent use. That's too low, isn't it? Because usually what happens is people end up like popping PCGs on their cargo lift and then sending that power, sending it via conveyors, which is just silly. Now, obviously, you are all aware, of course, that the better way to do this is absolutely via the other thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 of those. Do I have it in my inventory? Yep, 3 of those, 1 of those. But notice how I'm expanding. easily. It is trivial for me to do what I'm doing. Right, I've just set these up and I haven't had to run conveyors. FALCORs are a lot cheaper in all respects than those things that you normally would use them for. They're a lot cheaper in CPU and rendering than conveyor belts. I mean, just tons cheaper. I will just have to set rack rails up on this one, amusingly. Oh, yeah. I love that feature. Can I remember how to make a rack railer? It's a GAC, isn't it? Is the rack railer another stupid icon? Yep. I can just do this. So it's quite easy for me to just go... Oopsie. Just to go... One of those. One of those. One of those. Done. Now, how much easier is that than any other solution? This is what I was trying to get through to Steve about freight carts. Freight carts are not that easy. You can set up pretty much temporary setups here just through sheerly... sheerly? It's not a word. Merely plonking stuff down like that. And that is definitely the easiest way of doing it. And I do recommend, where possible, players do take the easy route. Oh, I need to research it. Oh, God. Cargo lists are a bit of a pain because you actually have to get them working. Crafting. Oh, there you go. Let's see, it's crafting. Now I don't have enough progress icons for it, and I think actually, I don't think they cheat. There you go. See, it's crafting. It's got not enough power. Andy, you need to stop. You all need to stop talking about paging in. Paging in is something that you have to worry about if you're building shit several hundred meters away from where you are. Okay, it doesn't apply for this. It doesn't apply if you can see it. But I mean, I'm talking about I would have to build something that far the other side of the base. I mean, I'm talking about 15 minutes walk. You know, it is not a small amount of distance. Yeah, one of our no, all of our defending, however. Springer, I'm not using the automation feature. That's the hardcore crafting feature. There's nothing wrong with it. My reason for telling people not to use this machine, right? It's a pain in the fucking ass. There's your main one. Secondly, if you need to automate it, then you will be able to. I will give you a machine to automate it. Don't worry. Hold on. Let's flip that. Unload all. No, top load all. Bottom unload all. Like, I don't care if you use the manufacturing plants. What conveyed people just like... A lot of people complain about the recipes. I'm like, you're not really supposed to automatically craft Mark V plants or something like that. You can if you want. I don't really mind, but that's not really what we had in mind, is it? I mean, you know it's not. However, in hardcore crafting mode, it does get to the point where maybe you do want to have a conveyor belt machine, because it does become more than a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's a very interesting mode, and I suspect it will become the default mode for FortressCraft 2. So I reckon it's really cool. Thank you, Steve. Good job. I didn't do the mode. I was going to do the mode. Steve already did it. So, yeah. Cool. Right, so this machine should now hopefully make rack rails forever. Slowly. It doesn't matter, the point is it's using power up. If you log out in the cryo, then all the shit on the surface stops working. That's not true, Andy. That's never been true. Because there's one segment I know about, and that's the CPH. It is very hard not to do that. Also, unless you're on fastest, it absolutely will load the surface when you're in the cryo. But conveyor belts or FALCORs won't make any difference here. It's just not a difference. However, I'd say all of this shit's running pretty well now. I think, to be honest, I accidentally proved my point here by building this, because it was just click bonk, done. Now, don't get me wrong, what you actually need here is a battery, because I can't actually get the power out quickly enough. But that just works so well for sending power, and it's neat. This is super neat. This is way neater than putting conveyor belts under the ground. Oh, does that still? Yeah, I forgot about that. Unity freezes to keep the conveyor base up to speed. Watch this, ready? Whee! Let's make it daytime. Let's just have the sun coming out, because the sun does look nice. It's kind of drowning out a bit. So yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, what I'll do is I'll probably think about this tomorrow. I won't try and record it whilst also doing OBS and chatting and stuff. The hardest part, well, it's not that hard. All I need to do, you see here, is turn this off. I also see that, like, you can do a very. I need to show the induction plate charger as well. Uh-oh, server just went nuts. Okay, shutting the server down. Yeah, oh, that's interesting. Someone just blew up a cryo and then it immediately broke something. Marking off Octant 6 as dead, and then we got an issue. I wonder if that's related. Might have been a coincidence. Thing is, Springload, do you know the difference between me and you? I made this look good. I will also take this opportunity to back up the server too. Sci-fi. Now I can show that there's an induction plate under there. Double break bonus points.
Your base is under.
But yeah, now hopefully all this coal will get used up pretty quickly. This one probably won't use up too quickly. And really, what I probably want to do here is pop down a logistics hopper here. Oh, man. As a regret, I regret making this so rubbish. So that's my regret. I'll do it like that. Might as well. So what I'd probably normally do is pop it there and then come out one further and go in like that, because then you can have two. Or if you really want, you can have three. Oh god, I can't. Yeah, I haven't developed, so I can't pick it. There we go. Something I said, I've touched on this before as well. It's kind of fun just building stuff in FortressCraft, even though no reason. It's just kind of satisfying just making these little setups. Nope. Page 9 bug for materials. No, I don't. Whatever you're saying, these are not words I understand. FC server app data local load project against FortressCraft worlds. Making a backup of the world now. It's going to take a while. Yes, it's possible, by the way, that when you kill a cryo, that it does a save that's quite rare. It's possible. Anyway, so now I can also quite quickly turn off everything. I can also set up a second row here. Logistics hoppers are great for this sort of stuff because they only carry 2 items, you say. So it means that now the part of the reason I made all this have infinite soaking up power is so I can turn it off and on. Now, ironically, this one's going to struggle. So if I pop another PCG there and another cheaty rack railer there, we'll actually get through more. Now. Now, how cool is that? See, the second set are already on their way. And this is such an easy setup. So something I was, I wasn't talking. I was talking about Dire. Something that I think a lot of people, Direwolf especially, a lot of people don't realise. The best way to make FortressCraft easy is not through exploits or through anything else. It's just through spreading the fuck out. If you give yourself lots of room, everything just becomes so easy. Like, look how neat and perfect and wonderful this is. Yes, I am aware that I would need to burn the coal somehow. That's not the point. I think we mentioned that before, Spring Load. Unfortunately, that's just an art task, like developing multiple versions of each machine. But let's do this without cheating. Let's actually. Now, this is a very bad design for one exciting reason. If we have a break, what can happen is we can run out. So what I would probably do in reality is actually run that off a. I would actually run that off a solar. So for any reason, if all the coal goes that way and this runs out, but that's why you have a little teeny battery, or big battery, keeping it going. Yeah, I'm in the editor though, so. Sorry, what? Reference. What's wrong with the buttons? That's new. Yeah. Crafting ingredients, page 9. It looks alright to me. It looks fine to me. Okay, cool. Server should be coming back up in a moment. I like that. What have you seen that? Whee! Oh. I like the slow motion stuff. Yeah, Springload. I think you underestimate how long. I mean, Todd, if you're listening, ballpark figure, just ballpark, Todd. How long to redo? Let's say 2 versions of every single texture plus a blend map, so we can blend from a broken to a non-broken one. I mean, I'd say. 9 to 15 months to redraw everything with a dirt. I mean, no. Every object, every machine, all of them. So a clean version of every machine and a dirty version, and then we would blend between them. Yeah, like I'd say realistically 15 months. That would be how long I would expect, or 15 artists in 1 month, obviously. But yeah, we aren't talking. Oh, cool! I've done them, and Todd can crank out 15 a day, and we're done in 2 weeks. We're talking about things. Sorry, reference crafting ingredient compressed magma. I haven't got that far, which is why I'm not seeing it. So yeah. I think this is good. So what I'll do is I will probably just tomorrow, outside of the editor, I will record it, and we will then just edit it together. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, a lot of our stuff's kind of a little bit worn anyway. It's funny, Todd, the stuff you've done a long time ago just looks shit. It looks so shit. And I was also playing with it. I'll quickly pop it in because it was quite fun. And it's the same thing, that the stuff that Andy did a long time ago just looks so bad. I mean, not for any other reason than obviously you guys and me, we've been doing this for like 7 years. We've got really good at it now. This is a lot of the reason I don't want to move on to other projects. It's because I'm good at this one. Andy's good at this one. Todd's good at this one. We're all really good at doing this project. And, like, quite frankly, I don't ever really want to stop. I just want to continue to put new and awesome things in it, like this. This machine is now nearly drivable as well. Nearly. But yeah, Todd, I was looking at some of these things. So, those are all right because these are quite new. The rocket bits. This bit's all right. Check out these tank treads though. Do you remember these? These are the little digger tank treads. Look at the dirt map. Look at the bump map on it. It's just spectacular. I mean, if Andy's there as well, look at the shape of the wheels. So this is when we were targeting an Xbox. So we were obviously doing things very, very differently to how we're doing it now. Yeah, Springload, there possibly is, but you're still looking at redoing every machine to support that system. I mean, that my point is you are talking about an enormous amount of work. And as ever, that doesn't mean I don't want to do it. That doesn't mean I don't think it's a cool idea. It just means I'm acutely aware of how much time it would be. And unfortunately, nearly always, that is my deciding factor on doing something or not. If I can do it in a day, I'll do it. If it takes me a month, probably not. Yeah, but my point is, Todd, it wasn't crap because it was the Xbox 360. It was crap because you did it about 8 years ago. Rabask, it's probably not Evangelion. Macross, probably. Wow, that fell. Let's just go around the long way. How much charge are we put in? 160,000. That's right. what's that? What's that effect there? I think I just copied those bits out the magma bore. I think that's just magma bore bits, isn't it? That's just the drill. But yeah, those it's just funny because they are so old. Those particular that particular set of textures. Machine looks great. I would love to do that. But you notice, oh yeah, see spinny things, they pause too. Arthur pauses. Everything pauses now. Oh yeah. So I'm going to record that tomorrow. I think that's pretty good. So what I'll probably do is I will probably demonstrate. I need to demonstrate the setup as well. I'm not sure which one I'll take. I might just demonstrate here, just saying, here we go. Set this up, and then just pop them down and let them go. And with a bomb underneath here. Oh, if we don't, that is going to run out. That's going to backstop. I don't know how long it'll take me. I might be recording for an hour, you see, and I can't have it go wrong halfway through. How much time to make the auto-craft color block things work? Oh, it's... Now, the thing is, smart NPCs, right? I can do it. Look, so if I paint that block pink and I grab it, I can paint pink blocks. The problem you've got is there's no such thing as a pink block. I can build anything in the editor. I can build anything that exists in the game. I can put down cryoplasm if I want to. Anything that exists, I can put down because we're in the editor. The problem is, how do you craft pink blocks? Or purple or green or red? Because they don't exist as a colour. It's a pain in the arse. Is the name of the build... Wow. More bit. So you're not aware of the Olympic logo? Slogan rather than logo. Is this actually made any yet? Transported 3. Yeah, it has. Awesome. So tomorrow I will briefly go over this. I will record. I will just sort of. I mean, I can't do an orbit camera, but I'll just sort of do a brief pan. Shame there isn't a walk slowly key, but I'll probably just do a brief talk about the coal enrichment system here. What you probably do actually is turn that off there, and then turn this on. Oh no, because they're cheating. Never mind, that won't work. Oh, server should be back up. Yeah, should be. Let me know if it's not. Yeah, it's been up for like 8 minutes or something. Yeah, so I will show a neat coal enrichment system and a simple. I mean, this would serve a huge base, and it's ever so neat. The only not neat part is this, and I could probably hide it. I don't want to. Again, the point is not to hide stuff. The point is not to hide stuff away. The point is to keep stuff neat. And again, if any of you are still in the part of your life where you consider neatness to be hidden away, I would assume you are 7 and you're still hiding your toys under the bed rather than doing a proper tidying. Yeah, you know who you are. And this shows just a larger throughput of machines. Do I still have the... I don't know why you'd ever build something quite this large, but hey, I don't understand why a lot of people build a lot of things they do in FortressCraft, but they still do it. But yeah, we can actually here. We'll set up a more what's the word? Intensive. This isn't the most optimal. You can definitely get more around, but I never want to show people the perfect way of doing it. I just want them to think about different ways of setting stuff up. I think a lot of players just don't. They do it the first way they think of, and then they just leave it like that forever. That just makes me a bit sad, really. There's so many cool things to do in this game, and so many cool ways to do it in. Oh, yes. Well, the thing is, I like those moments. So Springlose said, I remember the day you added the shadow, and you looked down and went, my God, why didn't we add that sooner? Like, the day I added that feature, which was only about, I don't know, a month ago or something. I was like, oh yeah, I should have done that a long time ago. Because now you know if you've picked the right thing, or you know if you've accidentally picked the wrong thing. Yeah, I mean, it annoys me that the gun doesn't match up, though he would be flailing the gun around like everything. Also, the footsteps don't match up, but you know, you can't have everything. So any other bright ideas? So 2 questions. Any other important suggested uses for the FALCOR enriched coal setup? And secondly, any other ideas for text that appears like that? So I'll let you think of the first question. We'll head back to base. Oh yeah, holy shit. The grapple in Deep Rock Galactic. The health effect in Deep Rock Galactic. The flares in Deep Rock Galactic. It is not Minecraft meets Left 4 Dead, you fuckers. It's blatantly FortressCraft meets Left 4 Dead. Come on, give me some credit here. Let me show you what I did earlier as well. So now when you set a mass storage size, it does that, which I think helps a lot. And when you set a something like this, it actually tells you what you're outputting as opposed to just the same thing, which I think is substantially better. Yeah, gun movement's very hard. So if you look, we do actually have, you don't need to go back that far, we didn't have gun movement at all. We do actually have like blending gun movement, which is pretty good. If you look at the gun movement, good choice then. It's not bad. And then if you look at that, it moves, it blends. It's not bad, but it doesn't go like a gun. So I'm just going to briefly show you a couple of things. What's this shit I've got going on here? Right, let's make 25 basic conveyors. Craft. Look, it's doing it. We've already done PTGs for turrets, Maverick. Look, it's crafting basic conveyors. That is hardcore automation mode. When you click craft, it does not put it in your inventory. It puts it there. Now, Steve did actually make a suggestion, and I was all like, no way. I haven't tried it, so let's try it. He reckons that it uses the storage interface, so the heist should work. Do OE upgrades have text? Yes. The other things happen so rarely, I think it's not worth bothering with. Heist. Right, so we put heist down. Steve, you lied to me. Steve lied to me. Now what we can do, of course, we can do it with a hopper. So if you want to, you can kind of get the same sort of thing by having that there and having a hopper. So now when I craft, we'll craft a an organic reassembler for sake of argument. So you can see there, it's crafting away, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. Now totally I'm going to make that appear on the inside. I've got some notes to actually spend half a day on this mode. Plip, plip. Then it appeared in there, put it in my inventory. How cool is that? Yeah, but Steve, he hinted that I wouldn't need to. Anyway, that's hardcore crafting mode. And if you have a brief look at my inventory, you'll notice that nothing stacks past 150. Okay? Oh, motherfuck. What did that work? That shouldn't have worked. God. Did I? Maybe I don't have the mode on. Maybe that part of the mode's broken. God damn it. That doesn't make any sense. I spent ages on that. Let me just... I was about to show you guys how awesome it was. Yes, fuck off, Andy. Shut up. Everyone ignore Andy. Okay, so add cube to stack. Let's pop a breakpoint on there. No, they do it. They are obeying it, but these aren't. But I totally wrote it so they should. Hey, Sarah. Add to stack. No! Right, well that might be why. Fit item. Add item. Honestly, I tested this. I totally tested it. Honest, I actually did. I actually did. Just curious, what is the point to dot stack best 150? Just curious. Sorry, what? Oh God, what's it called? Is it? Oh, I hate all this code so much. It's called the Split Manager or something, isn't it? Item, okay. I'm beginning to wonder. There we go. Okay. Is hardcore inventory active? Yes. So therefore, the maximum stack should be 100. That bit I think's working. Pretty sure. So if I try and select like 999, it won't. It'll only, if I try and move 344 here, it'll only move 100 because that's the maximum stack. Mule, isn't that an old game? No, that's Sarah testing out her route finding code. Watch this, she's pretty good. I'm going to hide this side of it. Now, that's how Arthur just fucking ran right through it because Arthur's a little shit. But Sarah, hey Sarah, she's doing her best, bless her. She'll go around it. Well, she might not actually make it around it. She might go over it. But she won't go through it. That's the important thing. There you go. See? She's not perfect, bless her. But she's getting there. She's getting there. Right, so... It's the drag and drop manager. Drag and drop manager. Oh God. I totally wrote all this code. I totally. It was great. And I totally did it. And I'm a little bit confused. And I hate the drag and drop code to a level you cannot begin to understand. Aha! No, apparently not. If existing item isn't okay. Right. Wait, why did it not go in there? Keep existing item if... Oh, I fucking hate delegates. I hate delegates so much. Let me just go to this function. Oh, you can't. Okay. Remove item. Oh no. So we're talking about we've accidentally got into inventory code, okay? this removes that item, and it will just... It will remove that item and then it'll add that one back in. But where do we check the handle item drag? Can we? It's here, you see. Can we stack with the current item? Yeah, I think we can. If dragged items hat equals item stack and it equals the drag, so we're dragging over the top of an existing item, keep the existing item and then add them. Oh, you see, now this is okay. Yeah, if the stack doesn't fit, this code is stupid. I didn't write this, by the way. God damn it. Ending drag. So what are we doing? I don't even know what we're trying to do here. We are removing from that slot. We're removing 100 items iron bars. We're removing 100 iron. All right, this is where we're grabbing from the beginning. Okay, that I understand. So that's the bit of code that removes the old whatnot. So I'm dragging 100 bars there. So I need to... where's the add? It's the add that I'm not finding. Which is handle item drag. It's here. So it... The existing item is 245 iron bars. That's fine. The dragged item type is item stack. Our item stack, so that's not it there. So they are the same. Now I think here, oh god, I hate this code so much. It's just so I hate just so. Okay, so if difficulty settings comment ft2. Okay, so if existing stack plus dragged stack.mn amount is greater than 100. Oops. .mn amount. Do nothing. Best we could do is to increment the existing stack to 100 and decrement the dragged stack by 100 minus existing stack. Right, that should probably fix it. God damn it. And that reminds me, by the way, I'm just going to quickly touch on Sarah. I'm just going to quickly touch Sarah. That sounds dodgy when I phrase it like that. I keep people keep saying, oh, is she going to look like... No, she's not going to look like anything like this, okay? That's not the plan. This is just a thing that's about the right size. So I should have a... I mean, she won't, for instance, have a robot wasp parked inside her. I should have a nice UV checker. Oh, man, do we not have a UV checker? Where's chrome? We should have a pure chrome. That'd be called mirror. Pure mirror. There we go. But people could keep on thinking that, or saying to me, "Oh, that you know, is she gonna look like that?" Like just I no. Anything you think about what she might look like, I do because I've seen the mock-ups. Okay, shin, foot, knee, shin, foot, knee, shin, foot, knee. This is just a thing, as I said, just a thing that's about the right size. Now, hopefully that will shut people up. And I'll also slap on, just because I can, a reflection probe. Real time, every frame, individual faces, cool, right. And we'll hear no more about it. Actually, I don't know where Sarah spawns. She's over in a different building. Like, so she can't clip through the well. She doesn't work like Arthur. I think she starts over here. She actually made it quite a distance to me without cheating. There she is, yeah. See, so she actually does start a long way away. Haha. Oh, art reflection map's cool. Oh. Oh. What's that? Reflection maps are cool. Everything should be reflective. Anyway, let's see if I fix that issue. So I drag that on top of there, it should just be like, no. Okay, you can no longer make anything. If I drag that to there, yeah. Right, so there's no way now that you can stack items above 100, okay? It's not possible. Except ore still stacks to 150. Okay, are we all happy? Excellent. I like the new pause mode, I do. So, hardcore inventory is now implemented. Hardcore crafting is now implemented. Robomania is implemented, but I didn't test it. The new lifts are in. I haven't hidden them away when you're not doing them. Let's have a quick look at the lifts. When in doubt, press H. I think that's good advice. Spring Globe, we've got more fundamental issues than the knees back to front sometimes with Spider Rose walking. As I was chatting with Krovax earlier, and he's like, how hard was it? So getting Spider Bro to walk correctly is probably a 2-year thesis by a team, all right? I slapped it in a week. This is really, really fucking good. It's not perfect. Making it perfect would be months of work, potentially. But, you know, the knees are all fine. It's when, does that, see? And then if that's flicking down when it's beyond its limits. Now, the legs aren't supposed to go beyond the limits. They're supposed to always move before that point. But they don't. It's pretty good, and it's very much diminishing returns. Now, the real problem is, unfortunately, when Andy designed this, he didn't design it right. That doesn't help. So, in reality, the Spider Bro couldn't walk without clipping. So, that's something that we should have done differently. Now, if we keep Spider Bro for FortressCraft 2, which we may not, I don't know. One of the things we would definitely do differently is his base would be much wider. Much wider. So that's his real problem right now with his movement, is that his base is tiny. So he just can't walk properly. Solving the issue of him clipping through this, if you don't understand how difficult that is... Did I break the lights? I may have broken all the lights. I'll fix that in a sec. If you don't understand how unbelievably difficult that is, just don't even comment on it. If you are not an inverse kinematics intelligent expert, just don't even talk. You don't get to talk, okay? Overall, though, he's actually really good. Most of that I'm saying because I understand the scale and the complexity of the problem. Be it design-wise, he either needs to stay up tall like that. Yeah, you're talking about the knees. But that's the least of his issues. So his issue really is here. Like, what possible solution is there for what's about to happen? That leg has to go on top of there. So therefore that leg has to go on top of there. And eventually, one of the legs won't be able to touch the ground. The inverted leg issue is genuinely the least of my worries. But it's not possible for him to exist because Andy didn't quite design it right. To be fair, Andy didn't design it as a real walking robot. So the base here should be much wider in order for him to run at a slightly higher ride height so his legs never clip upwards. A bit like a rail spider. But he's actually really good. And this is the thing. I don't think anyone really understands how good a job this actually is. Like, genuinely, this is a good job. He still screws up. Sure. He will always screw up. Sarah herself, I mean, wherever she is, so she's not made it to me yet. See, that's part of the problem. So Sarah doesn't cheat. Sarah works correctly. Sarah has to go around obstacles, over obstacles, all those sort of things. Yay. What does that actually mean in purpose? She's stuck down a hole. Hey, did she? That's as far as she's got. And that's a problem. Because if I don't want her to cheat, which she doesn't, like, she's there. She's doing her thing. She's following me around. She doesn't clip through things. She doesn't get... Well, she can get stuck in things. But if I let go the other side of this rock... She has to do... It's a classic chess problem. Okay, so the chess problem is... How do you persuade a computer to do something that isn't the best move? Because doing the not best move now means that you can do a better move in the future. And that is an extremely difficult thing to solve. So here, I need to persuade her. The optimal route is obviously straightforward. But I'm having to persuade her to try and go around here. I'm relying, thankfully, on the player being a sort of a random correction. So if I do that, if I start looking around, see, she's actually doing different things based on what I'm doing. So if I'm looking around going, where is Sarah, I can't see her. She's the other side of that rock, by the way. Hopefully what will happen in a moment is she will actually start to fix stuff. There you go. She decided in the end that she was going to go over it. But she's not cheating. Now, I haven't really played with her underground yet. We'll find out how that is at some point in the future. Today is not that day. I've actually got some errors turning up here. Oh, that's... What? Really? Line 76. I got an error there. Okay. Quiet, Steve. You lied to me. You lied to me. Is that... So, yes, stuff is coming along. We've done most of the... Hold on, what do you mean biomass has been out of power for 8 minutes? That doesn't make any sense. Is it you? I'm sure it was more than 8 minutes earlier. Oh, this segment probably hasn't saved. Something stupid. I'll also check on the new Hive mind growth. That's now in. Overall, Venture Pack is beginning to shape up to be a nice little collection of fun tools. None of it is supposed to be a serious addition to the game. I need to make that clear. Okay, the Frozen Factory was a long-term serious addition for players who wanted to play the game a lot. Okay, this is not what the Adventure Pack. The Adventure Pack is a bunch of silly, fun little bits and bobs. What on earth is going on here with the glow? Is that new, or am I just... Have I not got enough power for all these? Is that what's going on? They do seem to act a bit weird if they don't get enough power. Let me phrase that. They act a bit weird if they've never had enough power. They'll seem to act weird if they don't have any resin either. Okay, so I've actually managed to outstrip this particular hive mind, so that's cool. So that's good, isn't it, guys? I've got a resin farm. Oh, good. I'm winning. Or am I? So I'm not going to go into massive detail, but one of the things that annoys me about the way players play FortressCraft is they're far too good at predicting what hive minds will do. Start the game. Defend your lines, build cargo lifts. You can just make Minox and resin just go away. So Hoppernox were one part to that. Another one is a chain. So this one has also... Oh, I've actually beaten it. That's quite hard to do. I have really cheated rather though, haven't I? That is awesome. I've actually beaten it through sheer amount. It is a diminishing returns, but you'll notice this one here. This is the active hive mind, probably. There's the active hive mind. This one is not. More bits. I may spend half a day on Sky Islands. There is a distinct chance that gets dropped when doing purchase mode. I don't think I can actually get Sky Islands to be a good game mode in the time frame I have available. But as you can see, they're not dangerous. You're not going to get your base whooped by them. Unless you... Well, maybe you could. Maybe you could screw it up. Probably not, though. But they should be a bunch more interesting, at least. I have got a plan for a more integrated story and progression system in FortressCraft 2. And the current Frozen Factory... The reason you go down to the Frozen Factory is because the sky, the Nova gets close. So it's no longer safe up here. Yes, more bits. More bits. Purling is hard. That's why I don't want to do it. The Frozen Factory will start off in FortressCraft 2 when the Nova becomes so big so it's no longer safe to be on this planet. You don't want to be here anymore. It's kind of horrible. The Nova's got big. You'll then go down to Frozen Factory. You will then go, haha, I've defeated the cryoplasm which is burned up. During that point, what I have currently affectionately termed the resin apocalypse will take place. And you will lose access to the surface. You will lose access to your CPH. Entirely is the goal. Literally 100%. No CPH for you. At that point, what should hopefully happen is you, as a player, will then move on to the Toxic Factory, and you will conquer the Toxic Factory, and oh look, something will go wrong when you're in the Toxic Factory. Dum dum dum! The thing that will go wrong will probably be the Leviathan. If you've seen the Leviathan, you will understand how it could be potentially a very exciting upgrade. Then you will then have to conquer back the surface from the resin apocalypse before you can get to the surface. Excellent, that's what I wanted. There is a real-time timer, WJG, but what will happen is that timer will just happen to be about the time when you fire off the OET. What is going on? Oh. I'm gonna hazard a guess as a bug with the electric lights. I know what the bug is. Let's fix that one right now. Let's take a screenshot though. Electric light entity. So when game object is true, yeah, that should fix that. I have Sky Islands. It is prototyped. I sincerely doubt I can make the game any good though. I'm not necessarily sure I can make purchase mode any good, but the idea is it's a challenge for a streamer who wants to play the game a bit differently. WJG, it will happily randomly coincide with the setup of the C5. Basically, during the cold cavern setup, you will get sent to the cold cavern because the nova means you can't stay on the surface for very long anymore. Okay? Make sense? Yeah, that's better. Cool. Please note, point lights with shadows are expensive, okay? Looks cool, expensive. Don't recommend you do it. That's why I added the point mode, because I was trying to. People were like, "Oh, I want to be able to do that," and I'm like, "Yeah." So I've just let the user screw up. What could go wrong? Okay, so the lifts do have a bug. The hint for the Minox might appear in your conveyors and eat your hard-earned goods. I also fixed these as well, so they are now correctly tiered, which I think looks rather nice actually, even more so during the daytime. I think they look rather good. Happy with those. What else did I have on the Trello? I've already said fix stack exploits. Electric Dapper. Crystal Clock icon I've already told Todd about. I've done that. Is there a performance one? I don't think there is. Rotate constantly is still exceptionally expensive. I think Trello is not very good at, because this one needs to be there. The Trello is public, by the way. I will link it for you in the Discord if you're watching. I think that's true now. Yeah. So that can go. Yep. Yes. Yup. Does the Dazzle do that? I can't remember. Minecraft shadow rendering. It's not shadows. it's the lights. Unless I was going to put blob shadows in. Anyway, that's fine. Gone. So yeah, so I've been pretty good on the Trello. I have actually kept the Trello up to date. I think I've done quite well. However, you'll notice that this is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, not smaller, bigger. And this is kind of the reason I abandoned some of the previous ones, because it just wasn't very good. Like the it was just such a pain in the ass to keep it up to date. Minecart T4, mobile fees, Minecart prefab T4. Right, let's fix that. But yeah, it's still expanding quicker than I can attack it. If ever you want to check whether or not I know about something, that's the place to start. The amount of people that just say, "Oh, you should do this," and it's like, if you looked on the Trello, oh no, you know, go look then. Alright, I'd like to know what it's doing here. I haven't investigated. There's a couple of manufacturing recipes I wanted to twiddle. Minecart T4 is an mobile object. Oh. Okay, that's probably why. Do the minecarts actually control their own viz? Do they care about rooms? Ooh, no they don't. Do they care about distance? Not as much as they should. Okay. They do a bunch of stuff, but it's it does a base segment out of view. It's probably good enough. I'll make a note though. I'll put that under the performance one. Performance mobs are can't be room based yet. Simply segment dot out of view. Okay, things that I have fixed then. Mark 3. Oh yeah. Oh. Ah, let's not get distracted. So we were going to check the manufacturing or recipes. Minecart track. Oh, I've already done that. Cool. Rack rails, that's done. And basic minecart is now titanium plate. I'm kind of fixing as I go along, so everything is now becoming titanium plates, not gold or gold plates, not gold or nickel, and that will become whatever the sequel is to lightweight machine housing, heavyweight machine housing. Robotics, I've got a note. Do not move for 1 second after loading to eliminate paging errors. Yeah, Spring Load. Fixed URLs, that's done. Yeah, because I don't think there is one. I mean, Todd has got a note to because he was asking what he should do, and I did say the cargo lift looks shit. And it really does. It doesn't even help the insides of the cargo lift is a bit ass. That's still something Todd could do. You are? Okay, your instance. Yeah, we do change the colour of the cargo lift, but we don't actually do that much. You don't really see it very often. Wow, this cargo lift is really bad, isn't it? Was it yours, Andy? I can't remember. It's still called cargo lift placeholder. That's the best bit. That's literally the name of it in the editor, is cargo lift placeholder. Not even lion blood. I think that's now fixed. Spider ball spades. First milestone. Rooms. I think drop fizz. I haven't noticed it. Yep, that's done. That's done. That's not. That isn't. Clones is this year. This week. Oh, I broke the lights in the rooms, didn't I? I suspect it's exactly the same thing I just checked. Okay, so room light. It's here, the Unity color. Assuming the player has not painted them black, we'll just go Unity color equals 0. Let's check the room lights because it's quite important I don't break the room lights in tonight's patch. What adjustments would you possibly want, Mad? Because you've got intensity and pretty much that's pretty much all you need. All other things bounce off that. There's no need to set range because you've just got the maximum range and the lower intensity. Unity's lighting system is very bad because you can't set different roll-off curves. No, it's really, you're totally right. You just don't really see them enough. I mean, I think a decent start texture would be a better system. Oh shit, is that work? Yeah, that has worked. Let's check the lights. Interesting. Oh, right, okay. Never mind, that does actually need to be every frame. That's annoying. We cannot do this if not across light and... Oh! What do you mean if... Does the cross strip not... what have I done? Oh, right, okay. That means it does it for me all the time. Right, got it, okay. And when our flicker has stopped. Yeah, Mad, I'm all ears. But I don't know what else you would like to add. Range is not important. Other than that, we've got the things. No, Derek, I haven't done the push yet. I'm just making sure the lights aren't broken. Okay, so these are still okay. Though I have a funny feeling. Ah! I can't tell, they're just too bright. Anyway. I love how those light up. So I'd also like to point out, you can't ever lose robots out the world, okay? They're not like the Jimmy drop carts, because those have the hilarious issue that they actually drop. These will just leave the room. And I'm aware that they can leave the room. Oh my god. I didn't mean to... Shit. So, because I'm in editor, these machines here, which Andy has to do all of at some point. Though, Andy, if you're watching, I don't know if you're watching, I would suggest doing similar to what I've done here and keep them fairly generic. I wouldn't recommend you try and do a unique one for each. WJJ, you may notice that I may perhaps not have entirely given a shit that particular fix didn't work. I love that. Ooh. Yeah, that will come to a halt in a moment. Yeah, I think they'll just walk on the spot. I'm doing it like that for reasons, and it's complicated and it's annoying. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, fix the lights. Good. Fortress America, are you still trying to build smelters underground? Dude, let go. Do you not have Frozen Factory? Still get so tired of explaining to people why that's called an exploit. It's not called a clever way. That's an exploit, and if I allow you to do that exploit, then I'm afraid I would need to rebalance the entire game. There was a fix to allow Mark V smelters to allow stuff to do underground, but it doesn't really work. So I couldn't bother to fix it, but it might work. Sometimes it does. Holobase, I'm going to pop this far to the right. I think it's quite likely. Anything to the right, by the way, the right of FortressCraft 2 is almost definitely FortressCraft 2. I sincerely doubt I am going to write a entire rewrite of the Holobase for FortressCraft 1. Just very unlikely. Okay, yeah. MFP to show crafting item worth using beautiful dissolves. I might just pop that one. This should just become hit list here. Hit list is this is like high priority. That means remind me what to do tomorrow. Hold on, I didn't even think about a Kickstarter. Todd, I wonder if it's worth doing. Like, it's free money. We can't go wrong. I mean, it's literally free money. If we get 50 quid off Kickstarter, we've just made 50 extra quid. That's an interesting thought. It's not something I've thought about. Roughly speaking, we've got patch 19, 20, 21. Was it 22? We've got patch 22. We've got this current patch, which I'm on. Then we have patch 20 and 21 to finish Adventures packs. Patch 22 is the Adventure pack. Patch 23 is fixes. Done. So that's 5 months from now. Approximately 6 months later, I will publicly release FortressCraft 2. Now, be aware, right? I'll still be streaming development of it. Like, I doubt I'd stop. I don't know what I'd do with myself during the day if I wasn't talking to you, sad acts. If you are a patron who has more than $100 lifetime patronage, I will absolutely give you access to FortressCraft 2 in a heartbeat. No ifs, no buts, you get access. So if you are a patron, you will be able to get it. And you'll be able to get it one day after I say goodbye to FortressCraft. Okay? Now, the first version of FortressCraft 2 is going to be literally FortressCraft 1 with the word 2 scribbled on in paint. That's going to be the only difference, okay? So don't expect it to be suddenly different. Now, Wade and Joseph, what I suspect you don't realise, you don't just go click, I've done a Kickstarter, right? Kickstarters, so I was tangentially involved in the Carmageddon Kickstarter, right? That was 3 months of work for 30 people. Okay? I did do the maths. Times 2 divided by... No, not divided by anything. Multiplied by 30 people. Divided by 12 times 3. Okay, so the Carmageddon Kickstarter cost, just manpower cost, over £500,000. Okay? If they had failed their Kickstarter, they would be £500,000 down. Okay? You do not go, here's some pictures, here's my Kickstarter, right? That's not how it works. So it is not free, easy money. However, we will be doing some marketing material anyway, so it might be worth doing. Might be something to think about. Yeah, but if you're a Mac, then no, it'll be a Mac build. Be a Mac build. Well, honestly, Joseph, I don't know how you think Kickstarter works, but it used to be you could go, I've got a cool idea, here's some money. Then people got bit by Kickstarter. Then you had to go, here's a cool idea and some artwork, here's some money. Now, like, if you looked at some game Kickstarters, like, I'm looking at a lot of these and they're like, oh, we've been working on it for 3 years and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why do you need any money? Like, why do you need any money? You're already done. So I've just picked something out. I've no idea what this is. This guy says he can write a game in £22,000. No, you can't. Now we're just gonna quickly whisk through his trailer.
Right. Of her partner, Minei Nomura.
Jesus, dude, shave if you can do a video.
The developer apologies kind of idea, but it actually fills the gap from when Minei Nomura arrives on the genre.
Okay, is this Subnautica clone? Right, this Kickstarter is going to do horribly, isn't it? Ah, wait a minute. This was a bad choice. Right. Okay. That was fucking awful. I have no idea what she's dribbling on about, but I recognise that name. Right. So I wondered how it did so well. And there it is. Ha! Right, let's pick something that's not something... The only reason that has made it, right, is this guy whose English is fucking mates with someone at Eurogamer. No ifs, no buts. That is what has gone on there. But yeah, if you look at something like this, right, we'll just look at this random. Again, I'm just picking random Kickstarter. I've not heard of this one. Oh, Jesus God. Now. Right, that's quite a lot of work. You're looking at a game here. Why does he need a Kickstarter? You're looking at some guy... That's fucking horrible. Not the point. You're looking at some guy who spent, what, 6 months developing a unique graphics engine, gameplay content, all of this stuff, okay? This stuff does not just happen magically. You don't just go, I've got a Kickstarter and I've got some ideas. You have to go off and you have to do this sort of stuff. And this is not trivial or certain or small. Star Mancer. But yeah, it's stuff like this. We can write is this by the... Is this by the Star Command guys? Right. Now the other thing I would love to be employed to do this, right? So they've asked for 50 grand. So they've asked for one person's wages. Right. Do they mention the team? And it's just like this. Oh, if we get this, we'll have... So you're telling me that your stretch goal includes music? Right. It will cost us around $10,000 a month to work full time. Oh God. $10,000 divided by 3 is $3,000 times 12 is $40,000 a month. Right. That's a $20,000. That's minimum wage. Okay. Now, if you don't know what you're talking about, which you might not. Oh, it's the Quagon's clone. Oh, Todd, we should have finished Quagon's. We should have. Look at it. Yeah, WJJ, they asked for not enough money. Yeah. But yeah, if you look at this, right? Remind me why they need a Kickstarter? They've already got a fucking game. Oh man, I wonder if I've got Quagons lying around. I bet I don't. Yeah, see, the thing is, oh man, I don't have any screenshots. I'm very bad at taking screenshots. PG where? No, PG. Fraps, maybe. Oh, I bet I haven't got it. I should have arranged it. Yeah, I say similar. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, did someone release Quagons without me? And I checked with the person we were working with, but they didn't. I'll have it somewhere. Unfortunately, it might just be called FC something or other. My point is, right, that trailer, you are looking at multiple months of work to get that done. Okay, this is not something you just slap out and go, I've made a Kickstarter. Okay, they have a whole game here. They've got, it's not a finished game, but they've got an entire game. And if you can do that, why do you need the money? Yeah, exactly, WJ. Kickstarter is just ridiculous. It just really is just the entire concept. I would show you Quagons, but I haven't run it in about a year. I'm a bit disappointed we've not got any screenshots, you see. Screenshots. Maybe I have. I'll have a quick... Oh, no. I don't. Sad times. But yeah, Todd and I were looking at doing a game a bit like RimWorld, but doesn't look shit. Was kind of the brief. But unfortunately, the guy that was going to be promoting it just couldn't agree on anything. And every time we did what he wanted, he didn't like it and changed his mind. So he just went nowhere, sadly. No, Jesse, my point is, lots of people just think that Kickstarters are, here's a video I've done. And as we've just spent, how long it is, an hour doing, you don't just do a video. But yes, if you need a good... exactly. So, Flabbergasted, you've hit the nail on the head. The problem is that these days, to do a good Kickstarter, you need to have a pre-Kickstarter in order to raise the money to do a trailer and a demo for your main Kickstarter. Which is like... or you need then to do another Kickstarter with that money. And yeah, it's just this kind of weirdly broken sort of set of stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't seem to have... I've got some videos of it somewhere. I don't think we've uploaded any. Oh, thank you, Ghost. Thank you. Care package. If difficulty seconds, care package. Crystal scanner 1026. Okay, and a note on that one. So that Mark II crystal scanner is fucking awesome, by the way, and will really make a difference to your progression using the progression using the care package. Bonkers. Advanced crystal scanner available when using the care package. I'd still like to put more stuff in the care package, by the way. It's still time, it's still effort, Uzerial. The question is, will it make more money than it costs us? I mean, again, if you're looking at this trailer, I find it hard to communicate to you guys how much work has gone into this trailer. Just the art alone. It's just a huge amount of art. It's a good trailer. I think they've done a good job in showing stuff off. But I'm looking at this going, why do you need a Kickstarter? Like, you've done it. I mean, even if, well, the thing is, you said the demo could be fake, sure, but it's still a shit ton of art. I think it looks really nice. I doubt I'd play it. It's Dwarf Fortress inspired, so you might as well just say RimWorld. Like, for fuck's sake, dude. No one plays Dwarf Fortress. Everybody plays RimWorld. But yeah, sure, it's Dwarf Fortress inspired. Though whoever did the walking animation needs to go look at real people that walking. But yeah, I think this is lovely. But I look at it going, you've got, how long have you spent on this already? But yeah, I think it's actually quite funny that they put sound and music there. Improved modding integration. Mm-hmm. Wow, this is so much like Quagons. Oh well. But yeah, that looks really... I like that. I genuinely do like that. I can't sell the game for all its mega power. Steam has no system for that. Don't worry, I suspect I will... like the regulars, I suspect I will end up happily giving out copies because I'm going to need shit tested. We're talking about a major overhaul of the game. Okay, was there anything else? Yeah, a little bit sad about that. I wonder if I've got a build. Builds are still on that drive over there. I haven't copied my builds across yet. I'll just very briefly check though. Drobo, FS, PG. Oh, builds. No. Wait, no. Drobo FS, I said. Drobo FS. Public. Wait. PG. Builds. Oh, hey, I've got to build Quagons. This could be the oldest thing ever. I'd like to run it just because Quagons was really quite cool. I really enjoyed Quagons. It was just, we weren't doing it for the hell of it. We were doing it because we had a big RimWorld player wanting a game. I don't remember a loading screen. Okay, this doesn't look like it's going to work. Ah, sad face. Yeah, Indiegogo, well. Man, I should probably make a build of this at some point. Oh, that does actually appear. Maybe I just need to copy it locally. I seem to recall that Unity didn't like you making builds things locally. E-builds. Come on, Drobo, chop chop. I'm not sure, I don't recall ever writing a loading screen, which is why I'm a bit bemused. Oh, there we go. Yay, there we go. So, yeah. Stop me if any of this seems a little bit familiar. Hey, I don't remember you doing those guys, Todd. Wait, is this really old or really new? I don't remember. Where's our builder bots? Are you building? Yeah, they're building. Yeah, so, we actually had quite a complicated thing going on. Food, power, moisture. If I can remember how, there was a way to view the NI5. No, I can't remember how you do it. If there's a heat map system going on, there is a I don't remember how you rotate doors, but you definitely could. Yeah, so it was actually sort of getting there. So as you can see, it's as the guys build more and more, you can see it was a little bit similar. But the idea was that the streamer was going to help us. Now, if you look in the middle of the screen, that's a matter mover right there. I don't remember how. I don't even remember how you play this. I remember you had place corner 1 and then place corner 2 and then confirm. Click there. So you could do quick builds of stuff. I don't remember how you make doors or how you display the heat stuff. Oh yeah, there's the heat. So everything's cold and that's the oxygen. So there's no oxygen and it's hot. I don't remember how you rotate the doors. It's been that long since I've run it. Also the bloom appears to have broken. But if I actually just block those up and I make a heat generator, it's quite cool. So you make a heat generator and a heat detector. So you put heat detectors by the doors. That was it, the wrong button. But you would actually have to like develop systems where the heat wouldn't leak out. If I remember the button, that's oxygen. That is heat there, I think. Oh, but I probably don't have any power generators. I don't remember how you make power. Oh, solar panels. So yeah, we got quite far. It's just, unfortunately, I said this wasn't a game Todd and I were writing because we were like, this will be cool. We were absolutely 100% writing it because we had someone on board who was going to work with us. We just couldn't get the art to be something that he would agree with, the style, and we went through many different art styles. But yeah, when I saw Starman, so I was like, whoa, holy shit. I don't know, I've not played Oxygen Not Included. This is a... Oh, keep pressing that button. That's heat. That would be oxygen. How do you make oxygen? I don't remember how you make oxygen. But yeah, it's a simple two-dimensional pressure system. So it works very much like the creep in Creeper World. It just happens to be based around... Let's put some batteries down. I think the game actually loaded as saved. But yeah, I every time I come back to this, I'm like, oh, it's so nice, and we did all the different room types. Ironically, now we've got proper instancing, we could actually probably get really good performance out of it. Have we actually got our generators up yet? There we go. So you can begin to see, but now I have blocked the room in. You can begin to see that the heat is beginning to push around there. I doubt it's very detailed, Derek. It's probably just this. So you can see here that that's generating heat every so often, and the heat begins to move around. So this room will eventually get heat in a while. I really don't remember how we make... oxygen. I'd say hydroponics, but it's probably not. Hydroponics, moisture evaporator. So it was quite fun because the AI cores, they're computers and they generate heat, but they need to be cold. So you kind of need to keep them in a cold room, but people can't work in a cold room. So yeah, this is actually quite a new build. We've seen some of the graphics off, but we've got the little heads and things. But yeah, it was definitely looking interesting. A lot of the same tech as FortressCraft. Moisture evaporator generates water, and then you had a water dispenser that could take the water, and people could drink the water. I'm allowed to be distracted. Fuck you, it's the evening. So that's now generating water. Yeah, we actually got quite far, didn't we, Todd? I'm a little bit sad we didn't complete it. I think it could have done okay. To be honest, I don't reckon this would take more than about 6 weeks of hard work, and we could get a shippable product out of it. Mostly, it's the frickin' user interface more than anything else. Was just a complete and total nightmare. World Interno. can't remember how the controls work. I will press the engineering button. I will see, because I don't think that actually supported the confirm. Now I've heard of Oxygen Not Included. It's just that I doubt it's significantly more complicated than this. This is the thing, a lot of the stuff I do, I'm not inventing it. All I'm really doing is I'm just using existing techniques. So this is a compressible fluid simulation. That's dense fluid, this is undense fluid, and that machine generates heat. Simple as that. So if I just put a bunch of heat generators sort of along here, eventually you can warm up the whole planet. Actually, no, I think I did implement an entropy. But it's just a very, very simple and straightforward simulation. The hard part is you have to simulate the entire world. And that is always a nightmare. So you have to simulate all the heat off here. You don't know there's no heat off in the wilderness. There's everybody called Mitch Anderson. Mitch Anderson. Mitch McGradford. Mitch Anderson. Mitch Anderson. It's just Mitch everywhere. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't remember how you generate doors. It should probably do like intelligent door thing. But yeah, I'd love to do a heat system like this. I like to do this a lot. I'll have a look in a minute, Oxygen Not Included, and I will tell you what system it's using, okay? Will that make everybody happy? I think we've actually run out of metal. Low metal. So we need... I can't remember that. Anyway, this is a game we were writing. We didn't write it because we didn't get support from the streamer. Oxygen Not Included. Again, that's the difference. This is the difference. If I hit videos, we've got massive, massive, massive hits. People doing all these things. FortressCraft, it's usually me. No one cares. Show me the game. Right. Entire video not about the game. Yeah, this is the same as Terraria's fluid system. Okay, water. Ugh. Anyway, it's not complicated. Like, that's not very complicated, to be honest. Yeah, so you've got a fluid, you've got a pressure simulation, you have a heat simulation, and you also got like a cleanliness simulation. These are very, very, very simple. Honestly, it's computationally expensive. Don't get me wrong, but it's simple. We've got one of these in FortressCraft. It just, unfortunately, the problem becomes a lot harder in 3D. Lots harder. And yes, I got distracted, but I don't care. Yeah, but it's... yeah, but Flabbergasted, you see, that's not complicated. My point is that those are simple things. All of which Quagons have. I just never finished the game. Unfortunately, I don't like the art style at all, so I probably would never play it. Okay, lens polisher. Let's inspect a few of these, and then we're going to polisher. Oh. Okay, do I have a typo? I was watching someone and they definitely unlocked it far too soon. Lens polisher requires T4 GT power. No. How did they unlock the... Oh, is it the polished lens, maybe? Polished chrome. No, polished chrome's lens. Unpolished lens. I'm trying to remember. I saw someone unlock this way too... Oh, there we go. The chrome... No, the chroma requires advanced crystal and T4 GT power. Actually, WJG, I believe it could be either, actually. I'm not sure why I noted that. I'm really sure that I saw someone get them and I was like, yeah, you can't build those. Why on earth is it showing you? Solar panel. Gold wire. No. Crystal maybe. No, it is unfocused, single S. No. I was watching a guy and he unlocked, I think even in Direwolf, he unlocked these. And I'm like, you can't use those for a very, very long time. But I don't remember why or how or where they unlocked it. Because all I wrote down on my comment was... that's now done. Oh, it could have been the Arc. Hey, also the Mark IV one. Induction. Oh. Manufacturing. Induction. Charger. That's fine. The first three are fine. Forced induction and forced induction. No, hold on. Some of you guys have been watching the Direwolf, right? He's got access to these, but he can't build them. Unfocused lens, T4 GT power. Again, here, this requires orbital power and mining upgrade 5. And I don't think that Dire has orbital power. And same thing. You get both of them almost literally at the same time. Mining upgrade 5 gets you... Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. He doesn't have orbital power, does he? Yeah, but yeah, you go. That's kind of my point. That's what I'm looking at. I think mining upgrade 5 is actually quite soon. Mining upgrade 5. It should probably be mining upgrade 6, to be quite honest. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm a bit tired. I'm going to make a note on these though. Add mining upgrades 6. Too much is unlocked at 5, including 2 tiers of drills. It's something I've been trying to sort of do, is to spread out the unlocks of stuff to be a bit smoother, a bit less bursty. Oh, Derek, you don't mention that because you're wrong. Did you not? We went over this early. Okay, so let me just quickly check. There are 18 things to scan on the surface, giving you a total of 142 RP. Trust me, there is more than enough on the surface. Went over it earlier. Okay. Rooms. I might have a look at Sky Islands tomorrow. Depends how I feel. The problem with the Sky Island code, unfortunately, is it's kind of poke it a bit, run the game and see what happens. Poke it a bit, run the game and see what happens. Should the Trencher Bug all-in-one graphics be fixed on the server? Ah. Maybe. It's not server, it's a client-side issue anyway. It's definitely fixed in patch 19. Spider FALCORs. Done. Pack and crate, not quite done. Personal list, not done. Supply drops, nope. Surface stuff, let's push that to FortressCraft 2. So you're talking about oxygen not included. We've got that planned. It's called airborne particulates. Okay. The idea being that you can have... I've got a plan for the frozen factory. I need to spend some time fiddling with it. I suspect I will be generating a three-dimensional marching cubes texture and using that to modulate the screen space depth so we can get fog rendering in voxel space. It'll be great. How are they gated? I can't remember. Well, School IT Pro, it looks to me like you shouldn't get them till you get orbital power, but that doesn't seem to be right. No, Patrick, why would I do that? Why would I bump the server to a version no one could run? The plan is maybe tomorrow. It was going to be today, but maybe tomorrow. I was going to run a second server on my other rig, and I will only be using the server launcher. Ooh. That's the plan. Right, I reckon we're done. I reckon that's pretty much everything. So we're going to make a build. And please let me know if things are broken. Okay, start the build off. Let's update the patch notes. I forgot to bump the version, but anyway. Oops. No, yeah. Yes. And I have watched a few people recently, by the way, using Arthur turrets. Just a reminder, Arthur turrets are really, really good. You just only get one of them. So, yeah, Arthur turrets, good. But yeah, so Patrick, I mean, to be honest, I'll have a chat with you directly about this. But I'm kind of thinking about having the patch 19 server being a showcase server and not a progression server. Kind of like we did, but kind of cheating a bit. I don't think there's anything really worth worrying about in here yet. Not tonight though, because I'm falling asleep here. So. To soft hide them. 4 spider cores is max. 2 beacons. 2 cores heading out. 2 2 cores heading back. WJG, I've made the build. Whatever you have to say, just, I don't know. Yeah. Done. I'm done for the night. I'm done for the night, dude. I'm uploading the build. Right. So tomorrow I'll... Oh, excellent. What's the word? Due diligence. The other thing was advanced room items, clean, toxic, cold cavern, plus room classification. Maybe a nice classification scanner, eh? Check lift hint cycling. Okay. And let us commit. Oh, and I will also do the new lithium charger. Yeah, but WJG, do you understand? Right, the game, okay, the game is 20 gigabytes over 51,000 files. I don't know the answer to every question about the game, right? I'm not that good. Steel cutter heads need to use iron bars, not directly, I believe, but steel does. I can't remember what they are. You're probably better just looking at the manufacturing recipes. It's probably an idea. Are you asking, should they use iron gears? The question you should have said is, should they use iron gears? Because that doesn't make any sense at all. So yes. On that note, boys and girls, I will set that build live. How many different chat rooms am I in? I don't know. The ones that I'm watching while streaming, 5, 6, 7 if you include Facebook and Twitter. So yeah, I monitor 7 chats whilst dealing with you. Sad acts. Lovely people. Right, I'm going to head off now. I will say thank you once again for keeping me company. I'll say thank you for playing the game. Remember, the Trello is public. You can all look at it. And you can also say, Adam, you've forgotten to do this, or anything like that. I'm trying to get Trello up to date, but as you can see, it's a bunch of work. We will reconvene tomorrow. I have no reason to leave the house tomorrow, so, well, not unless it's glorious sunshine. I tried to go for a bike ride, but probably not. So I will see you all tomorrow, and we will do some stuff. And let me know if there are any issues with patch 19. Stick with new issues. The amount of people that just list issues have been for about 5 years. It's crazy. I will talk to you then. Good night all.